Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello and hello and welcome and good day and welcome and hello and welcome. Happy Tuesday to everybody, guys. I don't know if anyone can actually see this stream. I have been having my turd of a YouTube channel and just have not been able to get anything going. As those of you who watched my stream last night know, it was just a black screen with a no audio. So some of you said it was my best stream ever, and that I was looking thinner, and positive comments like that, which I appreciate. I am now on the StreamYard format. Danny Deals has gone big leagues. Danny Deals has gone Hollywood. Of course, would like to thank Not a Lurker, J Money for hanging with me through all these technical difficulties, and we are going to make sure his producer and technical role is enhanced because obviously I'm a big idiot. Um, guys, let's see. I am trying to figure out how to share my screen here. Let's see. It's not this one, it's this one. Okay, so that's how you share your screen, guys. I'm figuring out how to use StreamYard with you. I've never used this thing before, but I just wanted to jump on very briefly. Obviously, the SoFi stock is getting absolutely hammered, down 14% today. Just watched a great video that was my alert system basically is not a lurker. He alerts me to any good videos that are out there. So appreciate you, J Money. Just watch the Stock Goats video, basically breaks down this senior convertible note and why it's actually a very good thing in terms of the SoFi stock, because they're getting rid of some debt that's over 12%. They're basically lowering the rate of their debt, pushing it out. These are very good things. You really want management that's looking out 5, 6, 7 years and making sure they're going to be on a good fiscal footing, cash position, plenty of lending capacity, plenty of room to grow. And I think what SoFi is anticipating, quite frankly, is a massive boost from this NBA deal. I think everybody's underestimating this. There was no boost. I don't know why the stock likes this mid sevens, 750, 756. It basically pumped and dumped from there after earnings. So this is the second pump and dump since earnings that has come on back down to the mid sevens. So we were up 20% after the ER. You can see my old note here. That's where I thought we were gonna, hang on, but it just obviously didn't happen. One of the things you see on SoFi is how it just violently gaps down and then builds a little bit more slowly to the upside. You see this kind of thing here. That's not really a gap down, but you really see it again here, and then a huge gap down after the pump and dump, another big gap down here, another big gap down here, another massive gap down here. And what I'm not understanding is why this news is so incredibly bad. The way I analyze it, I haven't had a chance to read in detail, but these are very prudent fiscal moves and basically improves SoFi's debt position, improves their balance sheet. So I'm trying to understand. I guess the thing is, I think the shorts have these attacks literally loaded, coordinated at any given time. So if anything that could even be perceived as slightly bad news, like, okay, so you get a deal with the NBA, you get no bump. You reach gap net profitability, you get no bump. You had this deal with Bancorp yesterday, you get no bump. And then you release a PR on a note 2029 that actually improves the structure of your debt. And I think if you watch the Stock Goats video or if you read the materials, I've read just a couple articles on this. This is by no means a major negative, but you see the stock just absolutely fall off a cliff. So, 2 days ago we were at $9.13. Stock came all the way down to 850. gaps down to 806, and then, here we sit at $7.38, down 14% on the day, and the purpose of these huge gaps down in the pre-market, it's like shock and awe, basically. What are they trying to do? They're trying to create maximum fear and trying to get retail to panic sell at these levels. And everybody's saying, oh, now if it breaks down through here, the stock's going to break through $6.40 or whatever. Um, I personally don't see that happening. So there's all these explanations. SoFi Technology shares are trading lower. After the company, okay, that's not really much of an explanation. SoFi Technologies gaps down. Why SoFi Technologies got slammed today? Um, so SoFi announced this morning it intends to place $750 million worth of convertible senior notes with unnamed private investors and offer an over-allotment option that could raise the debt's offering the value of 862.5 million. The company did not state what interest rate it would pay on the debt. Still, it's curious that with much of the stock market convinced that interest rates are about to come down in a big way later this year, SoFi, remember, if your debt was at 12.5, like you could bring it down quite a bit. It's not really going to be that's not really what sets the interest rate on these is, the nominal rate right this minute. You have these going out for years. So I just, I don't think this author is a little bit confused. That seems to suggest the company feels strapped for cash, potentially bad news for investors. I don't know. That would be another reason to be dilution. This is not really what's happening here, guys. SoFi says it intends to use some of the cash raised from its debt offering to redeem certain preferred stock that is already costing the company 12.5% annual dividends. So unless the interest rate they wouldn't do that. This deal could potentially decrease SoFi's interest costs and therefore increase its profits. Further, other will it's a capped call transaction, and without getting too technical, what this means is that SoFi will reduce the potential dilution to SoFi's common stock upon any conversion of the note. Long story short, while seeing a company take on new debt and particularly convertible debt can sometimes upset investors, in this particular instance, it's possible that the news is not as bad as it seems. With SoFi now on track to report its first profitable year in 2024, and grow those earnings strongly in future years, long-term investors might want to look at today's short-term sell-off as a potential buying opportunity. And that's one thing of note, guys. Kathy Wood just sold $31 million worth of Coinbase. She's been trying to sell the tops and buy the bottoms, and she's been buying SoFi. So I imagine she bought 700 and what was it, like 6-7 million dollars worth of the SoFi stock yesterday. I think 783,000 shares. So I can see her making an even bigger buy today. I'd like to see Aunt Kathy come into the stock in just a little bit more of a major way. Let's see if anything is shaken on tip ranks. Nothing new here. Why SoFi stock is not expensive. Biggest movers of the day. SoFi stock. And I really want to the news with Bankcore was glossed over, and the news with the NBA was largely glossed over, and this type of news, which is, I think, at very worst, could be considered neutral because there may be some dilution. But guys, think about it. By 2029, we're going to have dilution from stock-based compensation. This company's not even going to look like what it looks like today. This company's going to be spinning off a lot of free cash by 2029. There would certainly be the possibility of buying back shares. I don't think they're going to be paying a dividend by that time, but there's a lot more options than people are putting on the table. And the way I read this, this is good news. But this was meant as a technical test to see if I could actually use StreamYard, and it seems like I can. Let's go into news mode. No, I don't really like news mode because it makes me look fat. Let's go into this mode where I'm back down in the corner. Just where I belong. Sit in the corner. Stare at the wall. Hello, welcome everybody. Hello and welcome, guys. I can't see how many people are here. This is a totally new thing, but Diego Gomez, thanks, Diego. Appreciate you guys. Sorry about the black screen the last couple times, guys. Been doing the best I can, but I was trying to use the free OBS interacting with YouTube, and it just didn't seem to want to play nice anymore. Yeah, I think they're gonna get a lot more customers, Lee Armstrong. I think that's a huge, bigger deal. Bought 101, strong fundamentals, and the stock price the same after 3 years in offering. I got optimistic to skeptical now. Yeah, hi, Lisa. Nobody could blame you for being skeptical, with this price action bot. It's doesn't actually, really inspire too much confidence. You think the shorts had some knowledge, just really seems coincidental. Chad, I don't know if they had, prior knowledge or if they're just, absolutely locked and loaded and ready to go with a massive attack at any given time, because this happened, pre-market and then continued into trading. I have to think they're just ready to attack SoFi at any given time. I mean, down a couple points. This is one of those things where you just have these sort of outsized reactions, and it's reflected in how analysts analyze the stock. They take on like one little tiny issue that really isn't going to affect the long-term prospects of the company, and they act like it's like this existential threat to SoFi's existence. So I don't know. It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. Yeah, I bought about 11 shares so far today, late Armstrong. I picked up 400 shares when the stock was down 12%, and then I picked up another 300 shares when it was down 4%. Then I picked up another 300 shares when it was down like 13%. So adding 1,100 shares today, I swore I wouldn't add any more to my SoFi position because I am significantly averaging up. But I just feel like there's too many positive things happening for the company. I just had to buy into this FUD, buy into maximum fear. That's kind of my philosophy on life. I just attacked, these maximum fear push downs by the shorts, and we just have to see, guys. I mean, is this going to hold up, or is this going to whipsaw back up? It's hard to say. Tucker Asset Management sold out position. They were in at 650, so 13F. We're seeing Verna LLC come in. Goldman Sachs has a big some kind of trade going on the stock. They've got 13.5 million shares at a put. They've got 5 million shares in a call, and they've got 6.5 million long shares. So Goldman always makes money. They're short long, but just not a lot of institutional buys we're hearing about outside of Cathie Wood. But obviously, many of these funds do not post their shares. Or post their active trades every single day the way ARK does. So one of the things I do like about ARK is their transparency. And I was looking at this last night as I was talking to you guys for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes before I realized that nobody could hear me. And finally, somebody told me that it was a black screen. And I was looking, ARK, if you look at all the funds together, I think SoFi was like their 36th largest position, and they own well over 100 stocks. And SoFi is quickly moving up the list, and they were actually higher than some other companies. It was a little bit surprising how much they're buying, but I think that is I think Cathie Wood has gotten a lot more strategic with where she buys and sells stocks. She's not afraid to sell Coinbase or Tesla at the top, and then reload as these stocks go lower. I think she sees the opportunity in SoFi that the stock is just fundamentally undervalued. Of course, my last video, I was looking at the technicals, and I thought the chart was really poised to move up out of this channel. The stock had been making higher lows for some time, basically going back to November 21st, but it wasn't to be, guys. The shorts smelled blood, and they attacked the stock, and that's where we find ourselves. Just a really ugly day. Stock down about 15% or a buck and a quarter on the day, and just resuming the free fall. Let's take a look at the volume. Just nutty here, guys. 138 million shares traded on the day. I guess the strategy is just push everybody out of the stock. I know, institutions, they want to pay what they want to pay, and they're willing to sort of make that happen. So, will there be some covering down at this level, or do they want to push down even further? I think this is kind of the beginning of where they were shorting. So 750, obviously max pain being $8.50, or at least it was yesterday. You know, this is beyond max pain. This goes into like some sort of seventh ring of hell that we haven't even conceived of before. But yeah, it could be headed to six, but it just definitely doesn't look good. But I mean, really keep in mind the way this went down, it goes back up too. It's been fluctuating wildly. It went up to 11, then it went up to 1040. It's been up to 9 twice in a row since earnings. So I wouldn't assume that it's just going to fall and stay down, given all the fundamentally good news that we've seen over the last little while. We got Lawrence Young in the house. I think we might see below 7. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I got I got plenty of dry powder. I mean, my average is probably still well below 6, so, not sweating it, Lawrence. Benjamin Wingreen, anyone buying today? Yes, I bought 1,100 shares today, Benjamin. I know, Not Lurker was buying as well. Um, so that's good stuff. I thought about it. Lisa's thinking about buying. She has an intuition. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Not a lurker is not seeing anything. This is not good. Can everybody see and hear me? Okay. This is my first time ever using StreamYard. I'm not really familiar with it. Looks like you guys can hear me, or most of you. Benji bought another 100 shares. Now I'm out of powder. That's the way we go, Benji. Retail does not have strategic cash reserves a lot of times the way we should. So that puts us kind of behind the eight ball, just another disadvantage. We have vis-a-vis the market makers. I'm hoping this will cause the stock to bounce to 15 ish. You and me both, Billy Jack. But right now, I just hope it doesn't continue this free fall. Tom Petty style. Rest in peace, Tom Petty. One of my favorites. Saw him in concert many, many times. Benjamin Wintergreen about 750, a little bit early, but yeah, I mean, Benjamin, it's a fool's errand to try to call the exact tops and bottoms of the stock. You got to sort of go, where you think it's going to be, and hope you made good decisions. But we're never going to pick the tops and bottoms exactly. People who say they do that are just lying. I also think this is the short's last chance to cover before double. I hope so. I thought it would be double digits after earnings, to be honest with you, but I was wrong. Social distortion said I was wrong. I realized quickly now I was wrong. Bruce just posted a really good explanation. Yeah, guys, check out Uncle Bruce if you want a technical explanation. I'm not really super technical to understand, senior convertible notes and how that debt is exactly. I mean, I could read it and I could understand it, but it's going to take me just a little bit to digest. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate it, man. I've been just really late, and when I do this from home, I can't even get the videos to work. I end up streaming like 4 hours of of black screen and no audio, and people are saying it's my best video ever. But at least I look thinner in the pitch black, so that's good. Borrowing money at a lower price to pay off debt at a higher price. Yeah, no, it's a great strategy, but they can make news. This is why I talk so much, guys, about narrative, about false narratives, because if they put it out in the news and the headlines say it's bad, and then market makers start selling like crazy and they start shorting the stock like crazy, it just creates a narrative. It doesn't matter that it's true, because in a day or so the damage has been done. And then retail that dumps low, they don't want to wash, so they can't buy for another 30 days. And then if you look after these attacks, surprise, after 30 days, you'll see the stock is back up and they can't buy low. So they really strategically think about how to put retail in a corner, bend retail over a barrel, and show them the 50 states. And guys, today borrowed another net 7 million shares. It's this huge borrowing, guys. Huge, huge borrowing. And I'm going to guess short interest right now is at least 165 million shares. I'm talking 20% of the free float. It just continues to go up day after day after day. Let's take a look at let's take a look at the options flow. Shit. So what? Like bullish options are coming in at these lows. Let me just take a look over here. It did, today, yeah, but these were earlier. So Monday, positive, positive. I think if you see what's actually going on right now, it's going to look positive from these levels. Obviously, the options are 916, and then from 850, and then just falling to the floor as the SoFi stock is wont to do. Guys, it's an ugly day. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not bad news, but the analysts say it's bad news. If all the PR wires and amplifiers and reposters and retweeters and Xers, Facebookers and just social media shoe shine boys, the truck stop all stars, the people just going home to get their shine box. If they say it's bad news, then it's perceived as bad news. But guys, I mean, the massive churn here, 140 million shares with only 7 million net borrowing. I mean, only, but that's not a huge ratio of the churn. But they're just selling these shares themselves, high frequency trading, fixing the price, fixing the bids, the buys and the sells, and that's what's happening, guys. Market makers are just driving this thing downhill. It's like a steamroller. They get it moving downhill with enough inertia. It just eats up retail, controls the price action. They stop out people. They get people out with basically panic selling, and that's just the way it is. So there's nothing we can do. The sound is off a little bit. Okay, guys, I have to work on my audio. I have to work on some of these, technical glitches that. Let's see, default audio, default audio. Maybe it's the echo. Is that any better if I turn that off? If I turn that off, does it help at all? Automatically adjust mic volume. We'll leave that on. Maybe that doesn't help. Maybe I need to set the level. But if you guys have any technical comments as far as, it was too quiet, it was too loud, I couldn't see this, I couldn't see that, can you change this, can you change that? I would certainly appreciate it because, again, it is my first time using StreamYard, but I think overall it will provide a better experience for you guys. It'll also allow me to have guests on seamlessly. It'll, just allow me a little bit more flexibility because it takes a lot of time to set up the streams manually and do all these stupid graphics and stuff. Yeah, shorters are the banks and the banks are the shorters. That's true. Guys, I have, let's see, let me pump in, hello and welcome.
That was perfect.
Hey, we're live on Not a Lurker. We're still live on the air.
Whatever you did was perfect for the audio.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I turned off the guys. If you can hear Not a Lurker, he is calling in. He is my brains, the brains of the operation. But yeah, so I turned off the echo cancellation. I appreciate the note. Thanks, J Money. We're gonna end this thing soon, and then we'll put something together. We'll get it back on track tomorrow and get you guys those hour-long live streams. So you don't have to take your sleeping medication. Really appreciate J Money keeping us on track here as he always does. Let's go. Not a Lurker, 13 on likes. Hello all. 13 again on the likes. Not a Lurker anymore. Welcome and hello. Sofi Banks killing it slowly and softly. There you are. Yes. If it goes to 6, I will sell your husband. I'm not a buyer of your husband at 6. Maybe a buyer at 3, Lisa. We need a tech side to crush at Q1. Absolutely. What the hell, man? You deleted your bank streams. Oh, I'm sorry, Mikkel. Yeah, this makes me look like an even bigger asshole than usual, so that's why I deleted it. Sound a bit weird. Yeah, I think we corrected that. Lee, yes, I could see and hear you okay. Yeah, I had the echo cancellation on. They have background canceling. They have all these options. So I'm going to try to dial it in, guys. If there's any problem with the levels, let me know. Guys, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. If this had been an actual emergency, bend over, put your head between your knees. No, don't do that, guys. This isn't the movie Airplane. This is Un Poco Mas, by the way, the show where we give you just a little bit more. Sofi giving us a little bit less today. I think I have to end this stream to go try to sell some blood and semen and see if I can buy just a few more shares of Sofi. Gotcha, Jack Fate. I'll work on it, buddy. Thank you for the note. I appreciate it. Sofi is always getting punished. Yep. It's still the same old thing, guys. A lot of us thought this would change after they announced GAAP net profit. I knew that we needed a lot more institutional ownership. Institutional ownership follows GAAP net profit, but GAAP net profit doesn't stabilize the price of the stock. GAAP net profit hopefully brings in institutions, and institutions stabilize the price of the stock. So what's up, Hybrid Duncan? Good to see you. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. Thanks again, Not a Lurker. Why not give Not a Lurker a wrench? Watch out. Because, yeah, Not a Lurker is my enforcer. Anybody that don't rush home and get their shine box fast enough, Not a Lurker hits them in the head with a wrench. It's just the way it is. But, hits never bothered Jimmy. It was business. Hello from the black hole. How's it going, Eric? Internet is acting crazy. Wish my screen was black. Yeah, me too. Bring back the black screen for Eric Modernell and also for me. Zero star analyst should pop. Yeah, I mean, Chiaverini hasn't said anything since earnings, so I expect him possibly to downgrade actually from 3. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he downgraded the stock to $2.50, which, I don't think that's going to affect anything, but it's really what it is. Yeah, guys, this is not 15% red news, but that's the SoFi stock, guys. You know, it's very frustrating, but it is what it is. There's really all you got to do is look at it a buying opportunity. Obviously, with the way these guys toy with the stock, you do not want to set stop losses unless you believe, that there could be a big fundamental problem with the stock. Yet bound to pet with reiterate. I certainly expected Psycho SoFi dip. Yeah, it's a pretty good size grande dip. Like a cheese dip. Poco Moss, let's go. Why is Noto Lurker not come out and explain? I expect Noto to probably try to get out in front of a camera somewhere, but he's got to get his, little gray hair dye on the temples. Got to get Botoxed up. Got to get tanned. He's got his priorities in order. This streaming deserves give you some choppy volume from time to time. Okay. I'm gonna work on it, Benji. I haven't played with the settings at all. So I'll do my best to sort of dial it in, guys. I put a $30 sell target on my SoFi. This keeps them from using my shares to short. Good call, Billy Jack. Yeah, sometimes it does. I've heard different things. I put a do not. I just with SoFi, I have a lot of shares at SoFi. You can just go on the chat and tell them don't loan my shares, and they won't loan your shares. It's very, very easy. It takes like 2 minutes on the chat. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate it. Yeah, I adjusted the no echo, so there it goes. I will keep it on that audio setting. Done deal, Lee Armstrong. Appreciate you, buddy. A little quieter, but sounds smoother now. Okay, that sounds good, guys. I can also just get a little closer. But they automatically adjust your mic level, so it's trying to adjust it to that ideal level. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Not a Lurker. Yeah, it's just like I said, guys. It'll just take me a little minute to dial this thing in. I'm just not used to using StreamYard. I got kind of used to OBS since I started this channel, like in May, or started really making SoFi videos. I had gotten really used to OBS, but it's just really time-consuming, really clunky. It's more for streaming, like Twitch videos and teenagers that know how to use computers and all that fun stuff. But I am just, you can teach an old dog new tricks, but it isn't easy, and you need to give them a treat. Test of the emergency turd gas system. So is that emergency Amber Alert? It's always like some dude in like a Honda Accord and is like, 43 years old and he's, trying to marry a 12-year-old. It comes on every time that thing comes on my phone I'm like, Jesus, what is wrong with society? Like every Amber Alert is just like one more thing why I just want to get the hell out of here and run off into the mountains, just live alone. Fucking people make me sick. Anyway, guys, I hate you guys, as you know. And this is a test of the emergency turdcast system. If this had been an actual turd emergency, you guys would have been covered with feces, and that would have been the end of things. Sofi Echoes, not text cruel comedy. Good, Mikkel Hagen. This guy brings good comments and wit to the table. I like it. Get you a channel, Mikkel. Probably be better than me in like a day. I beat you. Just bought 400, 735. There you go. Good for you, Lorraine. Excellent buy. Do not like and subscribe, whatever you do. Do not listen to Not a Lurker. He is actually just chat GTP combined with a Tesla bot. He's operating out of the basement. Just dropped below 15% biggest one day. Yeah, it's, Benji, but it's going to go back up unless there's something fundamentally wrong with the stock. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, but it is what it is, guys. I mean, you just can't control this stuff. And like I said, you can only decide where to get on and off the bus. And a lot of people said, oh, I wish I would have sold all my shares on Friday. It dropped from 9. I should have sold all my... I don't think it's a $9 stock. I think it's a $14 stock right now. So I don't wish I sold all my shares. I'm not really worried about riding this out. I think this is very, very extreme, guys. 145 million shares traded on the day. This is like volume from like a huge earnings pump and dump. And this is really a nothing burger. I mean, if anything, it's good news. But, Leave it to the SoFi stock to drop 15% on good news. What else would we expect? I can't really remember a time when life and the markets were not kicking me square in the balls, so I don't really have much expectation that things will go right. But, I do like management making good, solid moves. But yeah, it would be nice, as somebody said, if they would get out in front of a camera and sort of explain why this is actually good news. David, because this is restructuring debt, David. They're not trying to just spend $1 billion in cash to buy back those 12.5% dividend preferred shares. This makes a lot more sense. They're lowering the interest rate. They need to keep their balance sheet intact so they have lending capacity, and they can weather a storm if one's coming. Obviously, Noto is a big planner, very prudent. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense just to burn debt, just to burn all their cash to eliminate debt. It makes more sense to restructure it at favorable terms, David. At least that's my interpretation. Are you not entertained? You're on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side of what? The stock? Yeah. I do all kinds of things, Piner. You really are not aware of my entire position, but yeah, no, my average probably with today's buys probably went up to about 580, so I'm doing just fine. I'm very happy with my position, but I don't know, wrong side. I guess if you could be long or short SoFi, I'd much rather be long, just based on all the fundamentals. Yeah, 10x is green. Hadn't even really looked at that one, guys. Just been so busy trying to learn how to use this software here real quick, but it's actually quite easy, so that's a good thing. Everybody's here. Chad, Not a Lurker, the Ghost, and Kathy Wood just buy more. She bought more yesterday. I assume she's going to buy more today. I know she just sold some Coinbase, so we'll just have to see what happens. Guys, it's the SoFi stock. I got to get out of here. Got some other things to do, but I'll try to check in with you again later tonight and see how this carnage and bloodbath ended up. But whatever it is, guys, with the way the market is right now, C plus down, S&P is way blown out of proportion. Yeah, I expect maybe it'll pump back up a little bit, but they might just keep attacking, Brian. The shorts that shorted all the way down to 680, they might just be hungry for 6, but my theory was that institutions were going to buy and stabilize this thing. I have to believe that institutions are scooping this up, but we just might have to wait for filings. Obviously, we'll know what ARK did tomorrow, but yeah, Tom Petty, absolutely one of my favorites. Died too young. Rest in peace, Tom. Hopefully not rest in peace on the SoFi stock. Nobody jump out their windows, guys. It's just a stock. This is what happens. I mean, I say pre-profit growth stocks. It's no longer pre-profit, but it is a trader stock. The short longs, the shorts are all over this thing. Like I said, I would guess short interest is somewhere up near 20% of the free float. See if we get any kind of recovery here. I don't think it's going to be down 15% at the end of the day. I just don't think they want to short and dump all that many more shares. But hey, I'm wrong nearly all the time, so it is what it is, guys. Hope everybody has a great day. Would like to thank Not a Lurker. And Not a Lurker can give me some notes on what Lee's talking about here. But anyway, guys, hope everybody has a great rest of your afternoon. Peace sizzle in the chat. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Peace. I'm out. It is un poco mas. Today we are giving you absolutely nothing. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, you have to press the end stream button on this one twice, too. That always gets me.